Good day everyone, my name is Angela Nate and today we were going to discuss about the installation art. What is installation art and what are the examples of installation art? But first, let me enumerate first the learning outcomes of this lesson. So first is narrate briefly the history of installation art. So, saan ba nagsimula yung installation art? Kailan ba nagsimula yung installation art? And second objective is explain the concept, styles, and trends of installation art. And the third objective is discuss the different kinds of installation art. So, sa discussion na to, malalaman natin na there are different kinds of installation arts. So, ayan. Now, let's proceed to our topic, which is the installation art. What is installation art? So, the word install refers to putting something inside of another thing. So, the term installation art is typically used to describe artwork that is located in three-dimensional interior space. It is frequently site-specific and created with a particular relationship to its physical surroundings in mind, whether that relationship be architectural, conceptual, or social. So the word install means to place something, as I said earlier. And this is where the term installation art comes from. So, dito sa artwork na to is, hindi lang siya basta naka-displayed sa mga flat surfaces like canvas, yung mga paintings, but naka-arrange siya within a three-dimensional space na pwede siyang libutin, pwede siya lakarin. That is installation art. The fact that it exists as a presence inside a building, museum, or specific space also fosters a high level of intimacy between itself and the viewer. So, di ba, pag nai-experience mo mismo yung isang artwork, mas na-appreciate mo siya. So, mas nagkakaroon ng connection yung isang art and the viewer. Ayan. So, we have different examples of installation art. So, we have an installation art of Mad Crab, created with waste plastics and similar non-biodegradable waste at Fort Kochi. The second one is Rachel White Red Embankment at Tate Modern, London, and so much more. So, ayan. Let's proceed naman sa history ng installation art. So, installation art can be either temporary or permanent, depending on the artist's purpose and the nature of the space where it is displayed. So, temporary installations are created to exist only for a short period of time. For example, during exhibitions, events, or festivals. So, di ba after niyang mga event na yan, tinitikal agad yung mga design. Yung artwork, example, Christmas. Di ba during Christmas, maraming design sa loob ng mall. But after Christmas, tinitikal din siya kasi tapos na. On the other hand, permanent installation art are designed to remain in specific location for a long time. For example, museums, public spaces, or buildings. In both cases, the duration of the artwork helps shape how people experience and interpret it. Ayan. The earlier version of this innovative category of art was found in expressionistic environments of artists in the 1950s and 60s, such as Alan Capro. So, The Void, a piece made by Klein in 1958, featured a white gallery room, which was radically empty. It sought to validate space as an object worthy of artistic attention, thus shaping a path for installation art. So next, the term installation art came of use in the 1970s to describe works attentive to the entirety of the spaces they occupied and to the audience viewing process. So during these decades of social, political, and cultural upheaval, the art world entered a time of experimentations that blurred the boundaries between disciplines. So, in installation art, gusto ng mga artist na ma-experience mo yung isang bagay using your senses. For example, dito sa art ni Bruce Nauman's claustrophobic works during the 1970s, his art played with the audience discomfort and aimed to make viewers feel out of sync with their surroundings. As visitors walk through his stage corridors and rooms, so they experience feelings of being locked in or abandoned. So, di ba may mga taong claustrophobic or yung mga taong takot sa mga masisikip na lugar. So, si Bruce naman, gumawa siya ng art na kung saan mai-experience ng mga visitors kung ano yung nai-experience ng mga taong claustrophobic. Initially, art critics defined installation art by focusing on its site-specific and ephemeral nature, meaning that the artwork was designed for a specific place and often temporary. However, this idea later changed as artists began to reference cultural context and social concerns in their works. So, discussions about how art relates to people's everyday social and economic experiences help shape the development of installation art. So, as a result, yung installation art, hindi na lang siya basta physical and spatial experiences. But itong installation art is naging way siya to reflect and connect with people's everyday social and economic realities.
Good day, everyone. Installation art in the 1980s. In the 1980s, the increase in venues for contemporary art and the popularity of large-scale exhibition helped installation art become more widespread. Artists were given more space and opportunities to create immersive works that audience could explore physically. Important installation artist is Bill Viola, who is known for using video technology to explore human emotions and experience in installation room for St. John of the Cross 1983. Viola created a small black cubicle where viewers could see a mirror placed on the wooden table beside a metal picture. In the background of the screen showed an image of a snow-covered mountain while a quiet voice recited poetry. This combination of video, sound, and objects create a calm and immersive environment. Yan. Dito po, sinasabi na in the 1980s, installation art became more popular because artists were given bigger space to create artwork that people could walk into experience. One famous artist was Billy Violea. Yun nga po yung nakita natin sa binasa nating PPT. At ang mga ginamit po niya dun is yung videos, yung sounds, and objects to create calm and emotional environments for videos. Viewers' participation in the 1990s. By the 1990s, viewer participation became a central feature of installation art. Artists wanted audiences to become more involved in experience rather than just observing the artwork. For example, Cartens Holler and Rosemary Trockle created House for Pigs and People in 1997. As a metaphor for social division in this installation, people stood on one side of a mirrored glass wall, while pigs occupied the other side, allowing viewers to experience the concept directly. Ayan. Sinasabi naman po dito sa isang slide, in the 1990s, audience participation became more important. Artists wanted people to interact with the artwork. Instead of looking at it all, an example in that is the artwork. An example is the work of Carten Holler and Rosemary Trockle. called House of Pigs and People. In this artwork, people and pigs were separated by glass wall to show social division. Yun lang po. And yun, ito nagpapakita ng installation of arts. Yun, nakikita po natin dun yung ibig sabihin po ng installation of arts. Installation art and technology in the 2000. From the 2000 onwards, installation art began to incorporate technological innovation to create immersive environments. Artists use lights, sensors, computer, and video technologies to enhance the viewer's experience. Artist Bruce Nauman create installation that use recordings and sound to shape the viewer's experience in the Raw Materials 2004. He combined multiple recordings of spoken text that played throughout the installation space. The recording ranged from repeated single words to longer spoken passage. These overlapping sounds surrounded the audience and create a powerful sensory environment. Ayan. Sinasabi naman po dito, from the 2000 onwards, artists started use, nagsimula silang gumamit ng lights, computer, sensors, videos, and sound effects to make artwork immersive and interactive for viewers, para mas lalong mapaganda, para mas lalong maging interactive, yung parang nakakainggan yung parang panoorin or makita ganon. One example is the work of Bruce Nauman, yung nabanggit po natin kanina sa PPT. In this installation, Raw Materials from 2004, different recording voices and sounds play around the room. These sounds surrounded the audience and create strong sensory experience. Yan. Installation art and technology in the 2000s. Some installation artwork responds directly to the audience. An example is Maurice Benayon's Brains Factory 2016. This installation translates the emotion of visitors into visual data using technology, a 3D printer, then transform this data into physical forms, allowing the machine and the viewers to work together in producing artwork. Ayan. Ito naman po yung another example po, yung ginawa nga po ni another example po is si Maureen Benayon. In his artwork Brain Factory from 2016, this installation used to turn visitors' emotion into visual data, which was then transformed into physical forms using 3D printer. Ayan yung ginamit niya, yung para yung physical forms gamit yung 3D printer. It allowed the audience technology to work together creating the artwork. Parang nagsama sila para maka-create sila nung artwork. Yung parang mas lalong creative na artwork. Installation art concept is styles and trends. One important concept is site specificity, which means that the artwork is created for a particular place. This idea emerged during the 1960s, making the location an important part of the artwork. If the piece is removed from its original site, it may lose its intended meaning. A well-known example is Walter de Maria, New York. Ayan. Sinasabi po dito na yung site specificity is mahalagang konsepto dahil ito ay nakadepende sa lugar, or ang ibig sabihin nito ay yung likhang sining na nandun lang sa isang lokasyon, katulad ng nagsimula ito nung 1960, and na kung saan dun sa sinasabi dun sa PPT natin, na kung saan dun sa mismong pook na yon or lugar is naging mahalaga yung bahagi yung sining. At kung sinabi dito, kung iaalis or ililipat mula sa original nitong kalagayan or yung nilalagyan, maaring mabago or mawala yung original na kahulugan ng mensahe nito. And ito nga yung isa sa halimbawa nun, yung a well-known example is Walter de Maria's New York Earth Room, 1977, which consists of an entire room filled with soil inside the Dia-Art Foundation. Ayan. Isa daw sa halimbawa is yung New York Earth Room, yung 1977, na kung saan ay yung isang buong silid is puno ng lupa na matatagpuan natin din sa Dia-Art Foundation. And yung next naman po is yung artist Andy Goldsworthy is also known for creating installation using natural materials such as mud, leaves, and stones that change over time. Ayan. Sinasabi naman po dito, yung kilala rin din po si Andy Goldsworthy sa paglikha ng ganong gamit. Yung katulad ng putik, dahon, at bato. Ito yung yung bumabagay katulad ng mga sa putik. Ano ba yung mga nagagawa sa putik? Yung bato, kapag pinagsama-sama yung mga bato, ayan, parang gumaganda or mas nagiging iba sa yung anyo niya sa paglipas ng mga panahon. German art examples of site specific. German artist Eberhard Boslet uses existing spaces to inspire construction projects since 1985. He has created many interior works using industrial building materials and existing as structural bodies that merge seamlessly within existing architectural. Ayan. Si Eberhard Boslet ay ginagamit ang mga gawa niya inspirasyon sa kanyang mga gawa. Mula pa nagsimula ito noong 1985. Ayan, gumawa siya ng mga likhang panloob katulad ng mga materyales sa gusaling pang industriya. Katulad ng mga ginagamit sa mga infrastructures, yung mga sa mga architect, yung ganun. Kara Walker is known for appeasing her black, depicting the African American experience directly onto walls so that her messages of the ever pervasiveness of racism cannot be removed or erased. Ayan. Kay Kara Walker naman, kilala siya sa paglalagay ng mga itim na silbeta or yung mga guhit na naglalarawan ng karanasan, ng mga kasaysayan, ng Afrikano or mga Amerikano. And yun yung nakadirekta sa pader. And sa ganung paraan, yung mensahe niya is patuloy na lumalaganap or nagiging discrimination or alam niyo yung nakaukit talaga, hindi siya madaling alisin or burahin. Conceptualism. Installation art also overlaps with the conceptual art movement since they both prioritize the importance of ideas over lay works' technical merit. However, conceptual art tends to be more underestimated and minimalist, whereas installation art is often bold and more object-based. Some examples that connect the two movements include Jenny Holzer's work since the 1970s, where she had expressed her own ideas about the human condition via text-based light injections and LED sculptural signage across the walls of many public buildings. Her thoughts become one with the surroundings, inviting visitors directly into her mind. Yan, sabi dito, ang structural art ay magkaunay dahil pareho nilang binibigyan halaga kaysa galing sa technical na paraan sa paggawa ng sining. Ngunit sinasabi dito may pagkakaiba pa rin, katulad ang conceptual art ay karaniwang simple at hindi masyadong detalyado o hindi masyadong kapansin-pansin. Ang installation art naman ay mas kapansin-pansin. Malaki ang epekto, nakabatay sa mga bagay na instrukturang nilalagay sa isang lugar. Yan. Halimbawa nga nun yun. Yung si Jenny Holzer nung dekada 1970. Nakilala siya sa paggamit ng mga nakasulat na mensahe sa ipinapakita gamit ang ilaw at mga LED na nakakabit sa mga pader ng mga pampublikong gusali. Sa pamamagitan nito, ipinapabahagi niya ang kanyang mga kaisipan tungkol sa kalagayan ng tao. Ang kanyang mga gawa ay nagiging bahagi mismo ng paligid at inaanyayahan ang mga nakakakita na pumasok at unawain ang kanyang pananaw at kaisipan. Perceptions of space. Some installation art endeavors to take our perception of space by manipulating an environment. For example, Artin James Turrell works with architecture, light, shadows, eliminate a person's depth perception is his seminal works, Breathing Lights 2013 for the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. He transformed a room through strategically placed LEDs into all-compassing experience that enclosed viewers and felt like breathing heavenly warmth. Yan. Sabi naman dito, maraming likha ang installation art. And ito ay naglalayong baguhin or ayusin kung paano nakikita o nauunawaan ang espasyo or space ng isang paligid sa pamamagitan ng pagbabago sa mismong kapaligiran. Ayan, halimbawa nga nito is si James Turrell. Isa siyang tanyag na alagad ng sining. Gumagamit ng arkitektura, ng lights, ng mga anino upang baguhin kung paano natin nakikita sa ilalim ang lalim at sukat ng isang lugar. Sa kanyang sikat na likha na yung breathing light nung 2013 sa Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Ginamit niya ang mga ilaw na LED na inilagay sa tiyak na pwesto. Binago nito ang buong anyos ng gilid at naramdaman ng mga nakapasok na sila ay nakabalot ng karanasang tila isang banal at mainit na kinalalagyan na parabang humihinga. Artwork and artists. Installation art creates a specific and controlled viewing environment for audiences. Instead of simply looking at the painting or sculpture, viewers experience the artwork through the space, objects, and environment around them. Many installation artwork focus on creating a strong physical and emotional experience for the viewer. The following artworks shows different ways installation are developed. Yan, sinasabi dito na ang installation art ay lumikha ng espesyal na nakadesenyong sa kapaligiran para sa mga manonood. Iba ito sa isang simpleng pagtingin sa mga painting or mga estatwa dito or nararanasan at naunawaan ng mga tao ang sining sa pamamagitan ng mga espasyo or space, mga bagay at buong paligid na nakapaligid sa kanya. Karamihan sa mga ganitong likha ay naglalayong mag-iwan ng matinding epekto sa kapwa natin pisikal or damdamin or emosyon na nakakakita nito. Ang mga halimbawang ito ay nagpapakita kung paano umunlad at magbago ang anyo ng ganitong uri ng sining. Artwork and artists. Marcel Duchamp's artwork is a three-dimensional table rebuilt through two peoples in a wooden door. Instant Domes, 1966, is one of the first works of Duchamp. To create a controlled viewing environment for an audience, viewers see a reclining is of a nude woman in front of the painted landscape. The artwork forces viewer to experience a sense of voyeurism and complicity. Only one person at a time can view the piece, making the experience of intimate. And sinasabi naman dito, ang likha ni Marcel Duchamp ay isang tatlong dimensional na tanawin na makikita lamang sa pamamagitan ng dalawang butas sa isang pinong kahoy. Ang Instant Domes 1966 ay isa sa mga uri na niyang gawa. Lumikha ng kontrolado and espesyal na paraan ng pagtingin para sa publiko. Yung una nga is sinasabi doon yung makikita sa loob ay may nakahigang anyo ng isang hubad na babae na sa harap ng iginuguhit na tanawin sa kalikasan. Parang doon sa gawa niya is nakahigang babae ng anyo anyong isang hubad na babae na sa harap ay ginuguhit ng tanawin ng kalikasan. Ang epekto naman ito sa mga manonood, dahil sa paraan ng pagkagagawa, nararamdaman ng tumitingin na parang siya ay sumisilip o tumatambay at tila siya ay bahagi na rin ng pangyayari na yon. Di ba? Parang mapipil natin na kabahagi ka nun kapag nakikita mo yung gawa niya, ganun. At yung katangian nun is isa lamang tao ang maaaring tumingin sa bawat pagkakataon kaya't nagiging pribado. Yung talagang mapipil mo na ikaw lang at yung painting lang yung nandun. Kapag nandun ka na sa or ikaw na yung nakakakita ng gawa niya. Description of the artwork. The piece was described by Jasper Johns as a strangest work of art in a museum. Instead of simply showing a traditional painting, the artist created an experience where viewers must peer through peepholes to see the artwork. This makes viewers feel involved in the scene. That installation creates an intimate encounter with the mysterious figure inside the artwork. Yan, sinasabi lang dito na yung The Stranger is si Jasper Johns is instead na gumawa ipakita niya yung mga traditional painting is nag-create siya ng yung parang sa experience niya para kapag nakikita yun ng mga viewers yung artwork na yun is mapipil nila na involved sila dun sa isang scene na yun or isang painting na yun. Ayun, at makikita nung mga nakakakita na or mararamdaman mga nakakita na involved sila dun sa painting na yun at talagang mararamdaman nila na involved doon sa painting ni Jasper Johns, yung The Strangest Work of Art in any museum.
The Dinner Party. This artwork is an installation artwork that became an icon of feminist art. It consists of a large triangular banquet table with 39 place settings. Each setting honors an important woman in history. The plates have designs that symbolize the female form. The names of 999 other women are written in gold on the white floor. So, itong installation art naman na to, yung The Dinner Party, dito pinapakita or dito nagbibigay ng recognition kung gaano kahalaga and kung gaano kaimportante ang mga kababaihan in history. So, yung malaking triangular table, pinapakita nito na women deserve to be remembered and celebrated. And yung design naman sa plates, it symbolizes humanity. Then yung names naman na nakasulat sa white floor, ito naman yung mga ibang mga kababaihan o ibang babae na meron silang contributions pero madalas silang nakakalimutan sa history. So yun yung The Dinner Party. Next is the wall drawing. One of hundreds of wall drawings, the artist Silhouette began in 1969. The drawings are made directly on walls connecting art with architectural space. Silhouette created detailed instructions so others could recreate the artwork in different places. Even after the artist's death, the drawings can still be reproduced. So, yung wall drawing naman, ito yung installation artwork na kung saan direkta niyang ginawa or direkta niyang ginawa sa wall or sa dingding instead of using canvas. Dahil dito, mas nagiging part yung space or yung room ng artwork. So, next slide is Electronic Superhighway. In 1974, Nam June Paik referred to the art program of the rock Rockefeller Foundation forecasted the emergence of what he called a broadband communication network or electronic information highway. His installation artworks use TV screens, cables, and multimedia technology. These works create sensory experiences using sound, light, and moving images. So, ito naman electronic superhighway is type of installation art din siya or example din siya ng installation art. So, pinapakita dito yung idea ng future communication and technology. Dito, so, itong electronic superhighway or yung broadband network is matagal niya nang na-forecast. Kaya, mas mabilis na yung pag-share ng information through technology kasi nga gumamit siya dito ng technology, ng different technology para magawa itong electronic superhighway. So, gumamit siya ng TVs, cables, at multimedia elements sa kanyang artwork. So, dahil dito, nagkakaroon daw ng sensory experience kasi nga, yung viewers is meron silang makikinig or makikita like sound, light, at moving images. So, parang pinapakita niya kung paano nakaka-apekto yung technology sa pang-araw-araw nating buhay. Kasi yung technology is malaki talaga yung natutulong sa atin. Kagaya nga nung nagawa niya ng electronic superhighway. So, next slide is, it says na, in this artwork, the artist arranged over 300 TV screens into the shape of a map of the United States. Each state is outlined with green neon lights, and each screen shows video clips related to the state. The installation measures about 40 feet long and 15 feet high, making it a monumental artwork that reflects American culture and media influence. So, sa artwork nito ni Nam John Paik, nakikita natin na gumamit siya ng maraming TV. So, 300 TV daw yung ginamit niya, or 300 TV screen. And inarrange niya ito sa shape ng map ng United States. So, kada state ay naka-outline with bright neon colors or neon lights. And based on the description, malaki din ito. Meron itong 40 feet long and 15 feet high. Kaya sobrang grand at expressive talaga nitong artwork na to. And pinapakita nito kung paano nakaka-influence yung media and technology sa artwork niya. And yung artwork niya na yun, parang naapektuhan yung American culture kasi nga gumamit siya or na-influensyahan yung American culture sa paggamit niya ng media at technology. Kung paano pinapakita dito na connected yung technology sa kanyang artwork. So, next is the My Bed 1998. My Bed by Tracy Emin 1998 is a controversial installation artwork based on the artist's personal life experience. The installation displays the artist's actual bed with objects surrounding it. Items include empty bottles, used condoms, blood-stained underwear, and other personal belongings. The piece was created after a traumatic relationship breakdown. So, itong artwork naman na to, na tinatawag na My Bed by Tracy Emin, tinatawag siyang controversial installation art kasi nga, based ito sa personal life experience niya. Pinapakita dito yung actual bed niya talaga, na may kasamang iba't ibang bagay or yung mga bagay na belong sa kanya. So, may mga items doon like the empty bottles, used condoms, blood-stained underwear, at iba pang mga personal belongings niya. So, ginawa niya ito after traumatic relationship breakup. So, pinapakita na yung artwork niya is real emotions talaga, real struggles niya, real experience niya na naranasan niya sa kanyang buhay after nga ng breakup na yun. So, pinapakita doon na yung buhay ng mga artists is hindi palaging perfect, kundi meron din itong mga struggles and deep emotions kagaya nung kay Tracy Emin. So, next slide. The artwork changes installation art because of its blatant realism and personal narrative. By presenting her real bed as an artwork, Emma created a very intimate and emotional experience for viewers. Some critics considered the piece controversial, and while others saw it as an important and influential artwork. The installation shows how everyday objects can be used to express personal stories and human experiences. So, sinasabi dyan na yung My Bed by Tracy Emin is more than just a messy bed display. So, pinapakita dito yung raw and personal story ng artist na yon. And by putting her actual bed in gallery, parang alam mo yun, she breaks the idea that art should always be beautiful or perfect. And instead, pinakita niya dito yung real life experiences and emotions niya. So, itong installation art na to, pinapakita dito yung mga challenges niya or yung mga kinaharap niyang problema after breakup. And sabi doon, some others saw it controversial, and while others saw it very honest and meaningful. Kasi nga, di ba, may iba-iba naman talagang pananaw yung mga tao based doon sa nakikita nila. Yung iba, magsasabi ng positive, while the others may say negative. So, overall, yung piece ng art na yon, pinapakita din yung emotions and personal struggles niya. So, next na tayo. Conclusion. Yung first bullet. Installation art is a form of art that transforms spaces into immersive experiences for viewers. So, ibig sabihin, installation art is not just something you look at. Ito yung, alam mo yun, but something you experience. Kasi diba, kapag nakatingin ka or andun sa harapan mo yung artwork, parang kapag tinitingnan mo to ng masinsinan or nakatingin ka nga, parang nai-experience mo or nararamdaman mo yung feeling or yung depth nung meaning nung artwork na yun. Kaya sabi daw na yung artwork daw is, hindi ito yung something na titingnan mo lang, kundi ito yung parang mai-experience mo talaga kung ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng artwork na yun. Next slide is, it developed from earlier movements such as conceptual art and was influenced by artists like Marcel Duchamp. So, yung installation art daw is nanggaling or na-develop in earlier movements, kagaya nga ng conceptual art. So, yung installation art or kagaya nga ng conceptual art, pinapakita dito na mahalaga yung ideas kesa sa physical appearance ng artwork. Kumbaga, di ba, every artwork is merong ideas or meron siyang different stories. That's why yung installation art, like conceptual art, pinapakita dito yung kung gaano kahalaga or kung gaano mas kahalaga yung ideas rather than physical appearance ng isang artwork. So, sinasabi din dyan, influenced by artists like Marcel Duchamp. So, di ba nga, si Marcel Duchamp is malaki yung na-influence niya sa installation art kasi nga isa siya sa artist na gumagawa ng mga artwork na installation art. Next bullet. Over time, installation art evolved from simple environments to complex works that include sound, video, technology, and audience participation. So, over time daw, mas advanced at complex na yung installation art. Kasi nga, di ba, from simple setups, ngayon, meron siyang mga sound effects, video projections, lights, at modern technology. Gumagamit na yung mga artists dito ng modern technologies para mas mapaganda pa or mas ma-enhance pa yung artwork nila. And minsan, syempre, kapag may artwork, kailangan din ng viewers' participation. Kasi syempre, kailangan talaga may mag-review ng mga artwork para mas maganda and mas maganda kapag may participation. So, yun yung sinasabi doon. Yung pang-4 na bullet, many installation artworks are site-specific, meaning they are created for a particular place and may lose meaning if moved. So, yung mga installation artworks daw is ginawa siya sa isang specific na lugar or isang specific na space. So, ibig sabihin, nakadepende yung meaning nila dun kung saan sila nakalagay. Kasi minsan, di ba, kapag aalisin na to dun sa, di ba, dun sa original space niya, ililipat dun sa ibang space, di ba parang, alam mo yun, parang yung depth niya or yung lalim nung meaning niya parang nababawas kasi nga from the original space inilipat mo sa iba parang wala na masyadong meaning. So yun yung sabi niya na kung saan yung ibang artwork na installation art is hindi dapat nililipat kasi nga kapag nilipat mo sa ibang lugar, sa ibang space, parang mawawala na siya or maunti na lang yung halaga niya. Kagaya ng wall drawing. Di ba syempre wall drawing, ibig sabihin nasa dingding lang siya o nasa wall, dapat di mo yun ililipat kasi nga pag nilipat mo yun, parang iba na. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng pang-apat na bullet. Last bullet, today, installation art continues to grow as artists use new technologies to create more interactive and meaningful artistic experiences. So hanggang ngayon, syempre patuloy pa rin yung pag-develop ng installation art. Kasi nga gumagamit na sila ng different technologies para nga mas ma-develop pa yung installation art and also para ma-enhance pa yung mga artwork nila. So, gumagamit yung artist ng new technologies or modern technologies like digital media, interactive screens, and also yung sensors para mas maging engaging yung artwork nila. And para mas, syempre, para mas ma-appreciate ng mga viewers yung artwork na yun. So, dahil dito, mas nagiging powerful at meaningful yung experience sa mga viewers kasi nga, mas maayos and mas maganda na yung installation artwork ngayon kasi nga, napaka-high-tech na nung mga ginagamit nila. Unlike before, hindi pa masyadong high-tech. Pero ngayon, high-tech na nga, kaya mas maganda yung makikita ng mga viewers sa artwork na yun. And that's all. I thank you so much for your listening. I hope you gain knowledge about the installation art. And that's all. Thank you.